Man, I think we need to hold a funeral service for all of these games that have died in 2023. Next up, we are adding the one and only Multiversus to this list. And this one actually hurts me a little bit, I played myself with this purchase. This was a game I enjoyed so much during its initial beta. I thought this game was going to be a great platform fighter, alongside the Smash Brothers realm, which is pretty much dominated this entire time. But this was a game that I had a lot of faith in and thought had a lot of potential, and we got bamboozled. There's really no other way around it. Multiversus unfortunately announced that on June 25th that they were going to close their game and come back with a new launch in 2024. It sounds weird. It's a game telling us, well, we're going to shut down for a whole entire year, and we'll let you know when we start back up. This isn't something that happens pretty commonly, as many games will just shut itself down, call it a loss, and go about their ways. But I'm hoping that with this happening with Multiversus, they actually stick by their decision and decide to release a better game. But your question may be, what went wrong with Multiversus? And I honestly don't know where to start. I'm freeballing this, and let's just start off with saying the hitboxes for this game were absolutely atrocious at launch, and they continued to be somewhat janky until the end of this game. One of the crazy things about it was that a lot of moves would often hit you before they came out. There was issues with the different axes, Z-axis, and all this stuff. Moves didn't match their animations, and it caused a lot of characters to either just not even really be able to hit people properly, or you'd lose out in fights that you weren't really expecting it to. Now, something like this can definitely be a make or break for people, and that's totally understandable. But there was just something about the free flowness of Multiversus. The movement was pretty fun. The combos were cool. The whole take on it being an RPG-like setup, kind of reminds me of what Paladins did with their game, where you can customize your character to where their abilities have different attributes. Multiversus had that going for itself. Now, I think another issue with Multiversus, and why I think a lot of people were turned off from it, was the focus on 2v2. Now, doubles is something that in a lot of games is kind of a sideline. It's the secondary to either 1v1s or free-for-all, whatever the case may be. So this being a 2v2 focused game, the abilities are balanced around 2v2, the characters are balanced around 2v2, and I just don't think a lot of people are looking to play that when they jump into a platform fighter. Yeah, it's on there. People want to play with their homies, and that's what I ended up doing. But people want to explore that free-for-all system. There's a lot of people trying to play in tournament settings now, so they want to do the one-on-one. I just think it was a shame that they went for this 2-on-2 focus when I think that wasn't the best option for this type of game. I could be wrong, but if you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section. Another problem, which may be a weird one to say, was that the microtransactions were so bad that I didn't want to buy them. They were overpriced. They didn't come out very often, and you weren't really getting your bang for your buck at all. Not to mention, these games' battle passes were incredibly grindy, took a long time to complete, just kind of left you in the open, and the rewards for the battle pass were very disappointing. We had two battle passes that had Bugs Bunny as the end of the rewards, and the game only dropped 2, maybe 3 battle passes during its entire year or so of being around. So the variety of skins weren't there. Whenever this game did events, the events were pay to win events, literally, where if you bought skins, you had an advantage, you would get more of the currency for the event. It just had a very goofy focus on these microtransactions. It's like they didn't know what they wanted to do. They're going to overcharge you for the microtransactions, then use them to make them pay to win to, progress within the challenges. It just was really crazy. The last thing that I'm going to get into, and I could probably go on for 30 minutes, but we got to keep this video short. I think this other issue was the online netcode, dude. I talked earlier about the hitboxes being janky, and the crew continued to work on this. They actually fixed a lot of those issues. There's still more that needs to be done, and I hope over this next year that'll be a focus. But the online netcode was trash. Like, your characters sometimes would just warp and teleport off the stage. Sometimes you would hit somebody and then it wouldn't register the hit and they would go right through you. It would literally sometimes, I've had instances where I'd be fighting somebody and the game would teleport me and I'd die instantly. So stuff like that is unacceptable, and it never got fixed. You know, that was one of the biggest lingering issues, to where you had this netcode that it felt like rollback, but then it would roll you all the way back to another dimension. It'd roll you right back into the gulag. It was just a very weird and odd way of just doing everything. So it hurts, man. Multiversus is another example of a game that had potential. It is getting added to the 2023 graveyard. It was honestly one of my favorite games to play on the side, and I was kind of an idiot and spent $100 on it thinking it was going to be the future of my streams and content. I really wanted to make something big out of this game, and I looked at it as an investment. And congratulations, I played myself, QN DJ Khaled. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. Let me know what y'all thought of Multiversus, what you think it could have done better, what do you think it did well, and do you think it's going to be a good game when it comes back in 2024? But once again, everybody, thank you so much for listening to this video. If you enjoyed, you already know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel. You know what it is. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace out. Deuces. Have a great night, everybody. See you later. I'm clean. I'm clean, baby. I cover all options. I cover all options. Ah! Ah!